Volatile ride for CHEK Limited stock price on Tuesday moving between $1.90 and $2.10, updated on February 9, 2021 by our hold candidate. Since 2012 to 22 gained 481.46%. The CHEK Limited stock price gained 8.24% on the last trading day, Tuesday, 9 February 2021, rising from $1.82 to $1.97, and has now gained 3 days in a row. It will be exciting to see whether it manages to continue gaining or take a minor break for the next few days. During the day, the stock fluctuated 10.53% from a day low at $1.90 to a day high of $2.10. The price has been going up and down for this period, and there has been a 9.44% gain for the last 2 weeks. Volume has increased on the last day along with the price, which is a positive technical sign, and, in total, 1 million more shares were traded than the day before. In total, 13 million shares were bought and sold for approximately $25.88 million. The stock lies in the middle of a very wide and strong rising trend in the short term, and a further rise within the trend is signaled. Given the current short-term trend, the stock is expected to rise 399.11% during the next 3 months and, with a 90% probability, hold a price between $6.20 and $12.19 at the end of this 3-month period. Signals and forecast CHEK Limited stock holds buy signals from both short and long-term moving averages, giving a positive forecast for the stock. Also, there is a general buy signal from the relation between the two signals where the short-term average is above the long-term average. On corrections down, there will be some support from the lines at $1.70 and $1.34. A breakdown below any of these levels will issue sell signals. Volume is rising along with the price. This is considered to be a good technical signal. Some negative signals were issued as well, and these may have some influence on the near short-term development. A sell signal was issued from a pivot top point on Monday, January 25, 2021, and so far it has fallen -5.74%. Further fall is indicated until a new bottom pivot has been found. Furthermore, there is currently a sell signal from the 3 months moving average convergence divergence (MACD). Support, risk and stop loss in the downside. The stock finds support just below today's level from accumulated volume at $1.85 and $1.73. There is natural risk involved when a stock is testing a support level, since if this is broken, the stock then may fall to the next support level. In this case, CHEK Limited finds support just below today's level at $1.85. If this is broken, then the next support from accumulated volume will be at $1.73 and $1.55. This stock may move much during a day, volatility, and with a large prediction interval from the Bollinger Band, the stock is considered to be high risk. During the last day, the stock moved 20 cents between high and low, or 10.53%. For the last week, the stock has had a daily average volatility of 8.49%. Our recommended stop loss: $1.87, -4.83%. This stock has high daily movements, and this gives high risk. There is a sell signal from a pivot top found 11 days ago. Is CHEK Limited stock A by CHEK Limited holds several positive signals and is within a strong rising trend. As the old saying says, let the trend be your friend. We therefore consider it to be a good choice at these current levels, and we are expecting further gains during the next 3 months. Current score: 5.711. Predicted opening price for CHEK Limited of Wednesday, February 10, 2021. The predicted opening price is based on yesterday's move. CHEK is overvalued compared to its price of $1.97 per share, has below average safety, and is currently rated a hold. Recommendation: REC hold. REC reflects the cumulative effect of all the Vst parameters working together. These parameters are designed to help investors buy safe, undervalued stocks, rising in price. Value: current price $1.97. Current value $0.52. CHEK has a current value of 52 cents per share compared to a price of $1.97 per share. This stock is currently overvalued. Value is computed from forecasted earnings per share, forecasted earnings growth, profitability, interest, and inflation rates. Upside potential: relative value RVPOORRV is an indicator of long-term price appreciation potential. CHEK has an RV of 0.55, which is poor on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. This indicator is far superior to a simple comparison of price and value, because it is computed from an analysis of projected price appreciation 3 years out, AAA corporate bond rates, and risk. Safety, relative safety RS poors is an indicator of risk. CHEK has an RS of 0.69, which is poor on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. RS is computed from an analysis of the consistency and predictability of a company's financial performance, debt-to-equity ratio, sales volume, business longevity, price volatility and other factors. Timing, relative timing RT vary GOODRT analyzes a stock's price trend. CHEK has a relative timing of 1.37, which is very good on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. RT is computed from an analysis of the direction, magnitude, and dynamics of a stock's price movements day over day, week over week, quarter over quarter and year over year. If a trend dissipates, RT will gravitate toward 1.00. Overall rating, value safety timing Vst Vst is the master indicator for ranking every stock in the Vst database. CHEK has a Vst rating of 0.98, which is fair on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. VST is computed from the square root of a weighted sum of the squares of RV, RS, and RT. Stocks with the highest VST ratings have the best combinations of value, safety and timing. Stop price. $1.17 stop is an indicator of when to sell a position. CHEK has a stop of $1.17 per share. A stock's stop is computed from a 13-week moving average of its closing prices and is fine-tuned according to the stock's fundamentals. CI, Comfort Index very poor C is an indicator which reflects a stock's ability to resist severe and/or lengthy price declines. CHEK has a SI rating of 0.35, which is very poor on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. SI is based solely upon a stock's long-term price history. GRT, earnings growth rate. GRT reflects a company's 1 to 3 year forecasted earnings growth rate in percent per year. CHEK has a forecasted earnings growth rate of 16.00%, which VST considers to be very good. EPS, earnings per share. EPS stands for leading 12 months earnings per share. CHEK has a forecasted EPS of -32 per share. VST determines this forecast from a combination of recent earnings performance and traditional fiscal and/or calendar year earnings forecasts. PE, price to earnings ratio. PE shows the dollars required to buy $1 of earnings. CHEK has a PE of -6.16. The average PE of all the stocks in the Vst database is 70.10. A, earnings yield. A reflects earnings per share as a percent of price. CHEK has an A of -16.24%. This is below the current average of 1.43% for all the stocks in the Vst database. Dividend. Vst reports annual, regular, cash dividends as indicated by the most recent payments. Special distributions, one-time payments, stock dividends, etc., are not generally included in Div. CHEK does not pay a dividend. DY, dividend yield. DI reflects dividend per share as a percent of price. CHEK does not pay a dividend, so it does not have a dividend yield rating. DI equals 100x, div price. It is useful to compare DI with A. If DI is not significantly lower than A, the dividend payment may be in jeopardy. DS, dividend safety. DS is an indicator of the assurance that regular cash dividends will be declared and paid at current or at higher rates for the foreseeable future. CHEK does not pay a dividend, so it does not have a dividend safety rating. Stocks with DS values above 75 typically have RS values well above 1.00 and A levels that are much higher than DI. DG, dividend growth rate. Dividend growth is a forecasted annual growth rate of a company's dividend based on historical dividend payments and dividend predictability. It is a subtle yet important indicator of a company's financial performance. It also provides some insight into the board's outlook on the company's ability to increase earnings. CHEK does not pay a dividend, so it does not have a dividend growth rating. YSG, YSG vector. YSG is an indicator which combines DI, DS and DG into a single value and allows direct comparison of all dividend-paying stocks in the database. CHEK does not pay a dividend, so it does not have a YSG rating. Stocks with the highest YSG values have the best combinations of dividend yield, safety and growth. These are the stocks to buy for somewhat above current income and long-term growth. AVVOL. AVVOL is the 50-day moving average of daily volume as computed by VST. CHEK has an AVVOL of 20,937,519 shares traded per day. Percent vol. Percent vol reflects the percent change in today's trading volume as compared to the AVVOL. Percent vol equals volume avvol, avvol 100. CHEK had a percent vol of minus 37.26% on Tuesday, February 9, 2021. PRC. CHEK price changed 8.24% from the prior day's closing price. Sales. CHEK has annual sales of zero sales growth. Sales growth is the sales growth rate in percent over the last 12 months. CHEK has a sales growth of 0.00% per year. This is poor. Sales per share, SPS. CHEK has annual sales of $0 per share. Price to sales ratio, PS. CHEK has a PS of 0.00. Shares. CHEK has 46 million shares of stock outstanding. Market capitalization. CHEK has a market capitalization of 91 million. Business sector. CHEK has been assigned to the healthcare business sector. Vst classifies stocks into over 200 industry groups and 40 business sectors. Industry group. CHEK has been assigned to the healthcare instruments industry group. Vst classifies stocks into over 200 industry groups and 40 business sectors. Market momentum. Extreme greed. S&P 500 is 9.83% above its 125-day average. This is further above the average than has been typical during the last 2 years, and rapid increases like this often indicate extreme greed. Last changed February 3 from a greed rating updated February 9 at 5:02 p.m. Stock price strength. Greed number of stocks hitting 52-week highs exceeds the number hitting lows and is at the upper end of its range, indicating greed. Last changed February 2 from an extreme greed rating updated February 9 at 4:01 p.m. Stock price. Brit Greed McClellan Volume Summation Index measures advancing and declining volume on the New York Stock Exchange. During the last month, approximately 16.26% more of each day's volume has traded in advancing issues than in declining issues, pushing this indicator towards the upper end of its range for the last 2 years. Last changed February 4 from a neutral rating updated February 9 at 4:06 p.m. Put and call options. Greed Smarttext not available. Last changed Jan 14 from an extreme greed rating updated Jan 14 at 7 p.m. Junk bond demand. Greed investors in low-quality junk bonds are accepting 2.14 percentage points in additional yield over safer investment-grade corporate bonds. This spread is down from recent levels and indicates that investors are pursuing higher risk strategies. Last changed February 4 from a neutral rating updated February 8 at 7 p.m. Market volatility. Neutral TCBOE volatility index (VIX) is at 21.63. This is a neutral reading and indicates that market risks appear low. Last changed February 1 from an extreme fear rating updated February 8 at 7 p.m. Safe haven demand. Fear stocks have outperformed bonds by 3.01 percentage points during the last 20 trading days. However, this is close to the weakest performance for stocks relative to bonds in the past 2 years and indicates investors are starting to flee risky stocks for the safety of bonds. Last